Do you prefer linebacker or pass rusher?
Oh, linebacker.
I'd say pass rusher when I talk about you, but I don't want to be wrong.
It doesn't matter. I mean, preferably, it don't matter. Whatever you say, pass rusher, D end, outside backer, it doesn't make a difference. It's all the same position.
It feels fun that way.
Okay.
Derick Hall, Seahawks pass rusher, joining us right now. I would say on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook hotline, but I am live at Seahawks OTAs. I worried it would be hot, but it's pretty nice out. How's practice?
It's good, yeah. Today was really beautiful. It's supposed to be good weather all week, so finally the rain is getting away a little bit, and we're able to come out and continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to invest in each other as a team, and see where it gets us.
Well, you're probably used to heat, obviously,
yeah,
right?
Big time.
I know this is probably just like where it starts to feel springy to you, and you're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
But do you spend the off seasons here in Seattle?
No, I don't. I actually go back home. I go back home. I flew home this weekend. It was so hot and humid, so it's good to be back here.
This is relaxing.
Yeah,
you
this
came back
is good
and took
weather.
a break.
Yeah, no humidity, no nothing, so it's really good.
Okay, so I do have a problem to discuss with you. I was doing some research ahead of our interview. Again, I think I last interviewed you. You were like a rookie.
Right.
And so I was like, well, let's see what's changed in Derick's life. Let's look things up. And I do have an issue. Now, you're one of my favorite stories, and I know this resonates for fans. You were born 23 and a half weeks, 1% chance of survival. It's genuinely, I'm not going to make you run through it. One of the coolest stories, and Seahawks fans are familiar with it, which is great. Mm-hmm. And I saw that you had 1% outdoors. Mm-hmm. And I thought, what's this about? Like, let's see what's this? I clicked on the YouTube page. And I thought, well, that's Derick. That's Derick here. But, Derick, I fear you are like 90% outdoors. Like, correct. I get the branding decision. Yep. Makes sense. Of course, you got 1%, right? And you've got your foundation. But, man, we got to find a way to work this to like a 99% outdoors thing. You seem very outdoorsy.
Right.
Okay, so what's behind that?
I've always loved fishing.
Okay.
And everybody knows me for like my trucks. Like outside of football, everybody's like, "How's the truck stuff? How's the truck stuff?"
It's so massive. You have a lifted truck.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's taller than me.
Yeah, a lot taller than you, like 6 of you. But so I've always wanted to like show people stuff other than trucks and football, and I've always enjoyed fishing. That's always been my thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm always out here fishing. I go fishing a lot. I'm like, let's not pick up a camera and show the people what it's like to fish down here in the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And that's just what I started doing, and it's doing pretty good. I mean, getting a few subscribers here and there. Obviously, it takes a while to grow the channel and different things like that, but I'm able to meet new people. Like I have a special fishing trip coming up with a great fishing guru out of Florida named Clay Coward. Mm-hmm. His channel has like 250,000 subscribers. Like he's big time, like millions of views, and he goes out and fish for mahi and a lot of different species down in Florida. So I'm able to do things like that and just be able to outreach and, try to grow that brand and let people know what it's like to do something outside of ball and trucks and just let them learn a little bit more about me.
Well, I know we have a lot of outdoorsmen listening, so you guys need to go follow Derick too. 1% outdoors.
That's
not
correct.
Derick Hall. It's just 1% outdoors.
1% outdoors.
So is it like since you were a kid? Was it like your parents got you into it, a family member, friends? How'd you get into it?
It's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I really don't even know how I got into it. Like, I just started fishing. I remember my first time, I never even had a pole. I threw what's called a cast net. Uh-huh. And I caught like 3 redfish. And I'm like, well, I knew they had to be a certain size. I'm like, are they legal? And I measured them. They were legal. I got them and went home. And I did that for so long. And then my cousin Chris, who's back home, me and him, like, that's the one you see in the videos with me all the time. My cousin Chris. Him and my Uncle Buck, we started actually fishing. They actually taught me a lot about 10 years old. We started going out with a pole and, well, this how you do this how you tie your knot, this how you do this and that. From that day forward, I've always really, really enjoyed it. So me and him go out a lot. We go out every weekend, every time I get a chance to go home. So we'll be doing a lot of that over the summer.
What's the dream fishing trip you have yet to go on? Like, is there a type of, is it like, have you done like the Pacific, like deep sea? Like, what are you still waiting to do?
Yeah, that's kind of,
not really up your alley.
Yeah, like it's the bigger the fish is okay. Like Florida probably be the first I'll go to catch like big fish, like shellfish and stuff like swordfish and different things like that. But I don't want to catch nothing exotic or nothing crazy. Yeah. But me and my cousin are taking a trip to go fish for some snapper out of Venice. I have a smaller boat, then I bought a big boat last year, so we're gonna take the boat out, do that, experiment with that for the first time. So it'll be a lot of fun. Obviously got to make sure you're safe, plan it out right and all that. But it'll be fun to go out and him go catch some snapper.
Do you have a hard time finding teammates that want to go, or do most of them like, yeah, I'll go. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I invited Leo. Obviously, Leo is a big fisherman and all that too. So me and him supposed to get together over the summer and do a little bit of fishing together. But I mean, you know, everybody has their own ordeal and different things that they like. Obviously, people from the West Coast, like, tending on, like, bro, I'm going fishing. Like,
They're
you know,
like,
they
we're
just,
not from the South.
Yeah, like, they don't do a lot of stuff like that. But it's fun. A lot of the guys, you know, like Charles and all them, they can relate to it. But big fisherman guys, just me, Leo, and I mean, that's pretty much I can name off the top of my head right now.
This is like something you're really passionate. I mean, you're too young to think about life after football, so you got a big career ahead of you still.
Right.
But like, is this something where you're like, no, I would have like an outdoorsman show. Like I would, in a dream world, you'd just fish and tell people about it.
Fish and build trucks. I just built the shop back home. That's it. I mean, that's all I'll do. Fish and build trucks every day, all day. So
you build the truck itself. If anyone else is wondering, this is another thing you can find. I went to your Instagram account.
Yep.
What's your handle so that I know?
Derick Hall 9, I think.
Derick Hall 9.
Yep.
Okay. Or maybe there's another Derick Hall that we just shouted out. A lifted truck. So you built this yourself, or did you work with? Well,
the smaller truck. So I have a Chevy 1500. I mean, not a Chevy. I gave that truck away to my cousin. Kudos to him. Yeah. But I have a Ram 1500 that I've had. That's my first truck I ever owned. That truck was bone stock and brought it from like nothing to a lot. Mm-hmm. That I did with myself. Me and my friend Mike, we took our first project on together and did that, and now it's like one of the cleanest 1500s. So in my opinion, and I can truly say, like, I built that truck myself, like took it all apart, put it back together, all that. Now my bigger trucks, I send that off to Plan B Fab. He has it right now, actually getting redone for a show in a couple weeks. But you know, that contains like a lot of more work, a lot of welding and different things like that. So I let him do that, but I did just buy my big first kit that I'm going to do myself in the shop. So it's going to be a lot of trial and error, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be on air. Hopefully have it done before summer's over, so I'll ship it back up to Seattle. Yeah. And the guys, you know, the 12s and the family and, you know, the fans and the team, they'll be seeing that all year long. Yeah. So hopefully I'll have my first big lift like that done with a little bit of help, obviously, from everyone, you know, reaching out and trying to see what I can get and what I need. But, I'll be doing my first one like my actually big truck. So I have two that big.
Okay, well, let's get into football for a little bit. We'll circle all the way around to all kinds of things, because I think part of it is just people always wanting to know, like, what's new in someone's life, and, you know, did you decide you like different things this off season, and what's going on? So I'll start with football things, and we'll work our way back. But obviously last year for you, you grew so much as a player. 14 starts, 17 games, 8 sacks. I mean, what changed most from year one to year two? Besides just playing time, what did you genuinely feel like you learned?
Right. I think just knowing what to expect. Like, you know, your rookie year, you come into a new place, you don't know what's around, you don't know nobody, you're moving out by yourself, you got to find a home. Like, there's just so much that go into a rookie season, so many challenges and different things that you have to face, and then worry about playing ball, and then worry about trying to meet the guys, and then worry about trying to fit in, and how this is going to go, how that going to go. You know, it's a lot that's on your plate, and I feel like you worry so much about trying to be in the present moment that you really forget what got you here. You know, that's continue to do what you did every day to play the game. And I felt like there was a lot of struggles my rookie year from that, and then also want to grow so fast. Like, come from being so successful in college and then getting here and not being so successful, and you're like, wonder, like, what am I doing wrong? It's not what you're doing wrong, it's what you're doing right to be able to continue to grow. And I feel like that's what helped me out from year one to year two, is just continue to come out, put my best foot forward every day, not worrying about the mistakes, because mistakes are going to happen. Just continue to play fast, you know, be team-oriented, and continue to try to help this team grow. And I feel like that showed a lot.
Do you remember if there was a game that you think, like, you kind of let go? Like, where you were like, I'm not as worried about it anymore. I'm just kind of like, is there a moment that you can think it kind of clicked for you?
I think Miami, like, that was my first ever career start, so I'm nervous about that. I'm like,
are you like, you get sick nervous? Like, throwing up? Okay, but you're feeling it.
I'm like, oh my God, like, this is my first start. Like, and then after the first play, it's just like, like, everything just let go. And that was like my first true game where I'm like, wow, like, okay, like, I can truly do this. Yeah. And I feel like as a rookie, like, that's the stuff you battle. Like, am I really good enough to play in this league? And coming into year two and being able to put my best foot forward, going through preseason, having a great preseason, great training camp, to getting into the season, first game against the Broncos, got my first sack, boom, that's off the board. You get to New England, have some really good rushes, playing good ball, then game 3, oh, you're starting, by the way.
Yep.
Like, ooh, okay. Just trying to take it all in, process it, being able to go out and just play ball. And I think that's the game that it really, really just broke open for me.
Well, you had a hell of a season after that, so it's a good thing that happened. You had 8 sacks, and this defense as a whole, man, I mean, you guys took such a massive step forward, and it's like it came in waves, right? Like, you could see you got a new head coach.
Correct.
You have new stuff you have to, you know, learn, not just individually but together.
Right.
So there's a lot that needs to gel, and I would say it actually happened even faster than I thought it would. How did it feel to you?
Yeah, you know, through the midway of the season, we had hot games, we had cold games. You know, we trying to figure out what can we do to put it all together. And I think as the season continued to went on, a little bit after the bye, you know, we came together and like, all right, look, this is what we got to do. This is what we need to do to give ourselves a chance to be able to go out and be successful and, you know, put our best foot forward for this team to be able to go out and win every single Sunday. And I think after that bye, we could really start to click for us, and we started to come together. We started to gel. You know, we had a lot of moving parts with guys getting traded and moved around and getting new guys in and different things like that. So being able to have a set foundation and, you know, the things that we want for our defense and for this team, being able to carry that over from last year to this year, I think that's really, really good. But I think it started to gel for us a little bit after that bye week last year.
Are you a believer that defense wins championships?
By far.
Yeah.
Pass rush wins championships.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say if I was a pass rusher.
They pay guys to sack quarterbacks, and I feel like if you do that, there's no chance for the offense to be able to get going. So I think being disruptive as a front is huge, and I think that shows in the importance of Coach Mike and, you know, AD and these guys here. I mean, they bring guys in for the front to be stout.
Yeah.
I mean, from top to bottom, we have ones and twos who can go out and be a starter on a lot of teams across this league. So being able to have that depth, being able to have that wisdom, you know, they brought D-Law in, the guy who's been in the league 12 years, and you got Leo, who's been the guy who's been in the league 11 years. You got Jerry, who's been in the league 10 years. I mean, you just got guys of stature. Chin, who's been in the league 8 years. So, I mean, you just keep trickling it down.
Right.
So there's a lot of wisdom across their fronts to be able to continue to learn, being able to continue to grow. I think that's going to help not only myself but everybody else along the way.
Well, it's hard not to wonder, right? I mean, like as an outsider, you look and you go, well, you got a defensive-minded head coach. Like I know you have a great defensive coordinator, but your head coach is your play caller on defense. And then I'm not by no means slighting the offense, but they're just growing in a different way. They've got to figure their own stuff out. You got a new coordinator. I wonder if there's a little more pressure on you guys than there was last year to hit the ground running, and that's a lot to ask for. But look, I'm just sitting here watching going, I feel like this team's identity is going to be its defense. Does it feel like that to you?
I feel like that's what we always try to make it anyway. You know, offense, they're going to do their thing.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to come together. They're going to be really, really well. But I feel like picking up from where we left off, I don't think there's any pressure. I think it's guys knowing what we're capable of late last year and trying to pull that over into this year. So, you know, we hit the ground running regardless, whether we had a new coordinator or not on offense. I think it's a lot about who we are, where we know we can go, and where we're trying to get to as a defense. So I feel like, you know, we're just rolling in the right direction, but I know the offense is going to be very, very good.
Can you get to a top 5 defense?
Yeah, hell yeah. By far.
Okay, top defense.
Number one.
I mean, that's kind of the mentality you need to have.
That's our goal, yeah.
Truly what you need to have. Okay, what's your own personal goal for you? It could be a sack number. It could be, hey, I just want to get as much time. It could be as a team. What's your goal? You're heading into the season thinking what?
I think just continue to grow, can pick up where I left off. I don't like to put statistical numbers on myself because, I mean, I don't want to limit myself, and one, I don't want to underachieve. But it's just about continue to grow my game, continue to get better, continue to help this team grow and go where we need to go. And I feel like as long as I do that, everything else will take care of itself.
Have you had a chance to talk to D-Law much? I haven't interviewed him at all. I know nothing about him other than as a fan. Tell me about him.
D-Law's a great guy. From the day one, he's like, oh, what's up, bro? Like, what's your name? Like, how you doing? You know, whatever. He's very open-minded. He's not one of those vets, you know, that's just going to sit around and do what he do. Just to give you an example, we were in the weight room the other day, and he showed me a move, which I'm not going to say because I'm going to use it. But he showed me a move, and I'm like, man, like, I never thought of that. He like, yeah, bro. He's like, I mean, we just standing there working out. He just walked by and hit it. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, how did you do that? And you do this, and you do this, and either way it goes, you're going to win because he has to propel you this way or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, dang, bro. So it's just like little nitbits and nuggets like that he just teaches on the fly. You in there working out, getting your workout in. He's just like, hey, like, come here, like, let me teach you something.
Yeah.
So he's very helpful. He's very wise on and off the field. I feel like he's a good role model. I mean, obviously he's a husband, has a family. So he's teaching guys the right way on and off the field. And I feel like he's going to be really, really good for us.
I got to know what the move is. You don't have to tell us, but like if you do this successfully in a game, will you tell us after?
I got you.
Okay, right? You're going to be like, look, here's the thing. This is what I was talking about earlier with D-Law. He taught me this.
Yep.
Maybe like your celebration leads to that.
Right.
Something like that.
I got you. Yeah, I'll tell you.
I need to know.
I got you.
All right, let's get to a couple other teammates here. You, in my mind, I kind of pair you and Boye together, obviously, with similar ages, and because you guys were the same class, right?
No, he came. I was a class after him.
Class after him,
Yep.
okay. And I kind of look at you guys as like a young group of pass rushers. It's like, okay, where's this group going to grow and develop? Who are you? Like, who do you look around and kind of lean on?
I've leaned on Boye since I got here.
Yeah.
It's kind of was like, again, going back to the piece where I wanted to grow so fast and just be able to, like, what am I doing wrong? And he was the main one, like, you know, Rook, calm down, relax. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. Where can I help you? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there something with the moving or, you know what I'm saying, like, what can I do to help you settle down and be able to come out here and push your best foot forward? And I felt like he's a guy that's really, really, really about the team and not so much about himself. And I feel like Boye is a great teammate. He's obviously a great pass rusher, great player. And then Chenna's just awesome. Just being able to have him around, being able – I was talking to him today. I'm like, bro, like, I watched your tape and, like – because obviously everybody, it's the object of the play is to make the play. And I feel like for me, like a lot of times last year, even – how great of a season people think I had. Like, I felt like in the run game I could have done a lot better. Just like I'm setting the edges, but just being able to get off and make the play. And I just watch his tape and the way he gets on and gets off blocks, man. It's incredible. It's amazing. And he did that a lot of times, going through the injuries and things that he went through last year. So I just walked up to him today and I'm like, bro, like I watched your tape from last year and like the way you get off blocks and boom, he immediately start rapping, like free game, just telling me where he think I can grow and where he think I can do better. So, I mean, from top to bottom, you can go from D-Law to Leo all the way down, to myself and whoever. I mean, I feel like everybody in this room is meant to help one another. Nobody feels like they're bigger than the other. Everybody's just there to one come and go, and let's continue to grow and get this defense to as good as it can be. So I feel like as long as we're doing that, no one's against anything.
I have 2 more questions, and then we're going to kick you out of here so you can go on with the rest of your day. Okay. You've had a long day so far, so we appreciate the time. Now I want to know a little bit more about Mike Macdonald. We've obviously interviewed him, and we know what we can Google, but, I mean, this guy's your coach. I know you've got your position coaches. You've got other guys that you turn to, but what can you tell me about what this first year under Mike Macdonald was like and just how he is as whether it's a play caller or defensive mind? You know this more than we do. Like, what do you see? He's
great. You could tell from the first day he got in here to the last day we left, once obviously the season was what it was, he had grown from night and day. Just even coming in this year, like, Mike, y'all in there working out? Like, I'm talking about the whole staff. Like, they're in there getting it. I'm
really? Like you showed up to the facility and they were here working out, like in the weight room?
They're in there working out. They're in there getting it. And I'm like, that says a lot because it's not like they're putting the work on you, telling you what to do, and then they're not backing it up themselves.
Yeah.
I just feel like that says a lot about him as a coach. And then, obviously, his defense scheme, defensive mind is outstanding. I had a meeting with him last week, and I was up in his office, and we were just rapping about ball. And he's like, what you think about this? Like, like you see this here and the way that is. And I'm like, dang, like, yeah. And then he explained the opposite side of it and how he's going to, what I'm saying, obviously manipulate the offense to do different things. I'm like, bro, this dude's like, he's one-on-one. Like, his defensive mind is incredible. And, I mean, obviously that shows with us and, the way he's able to scheme things up and the way he's able to, put us in position to be successful. So I feel like he's a great coach. He's continued to grow, obviously, in that head coach position role. But obviously for us on defense, I mean, he's amazing. He's wonderful. He takes care of the players. He's a players coach. He does everything the right way. So I wouldn't be happy to have anyone else.
That's good to hear, man. Okay, last question. It's an easy one. I'm going back to 1% Outdoors. You mentioned, like, hey, sometimes there are cultural differences. Like, I have, my guys here who maybe they're West Coasters, maybe they're not outdoors at all.
Right.
And there's someone who's like, they're not touching foot on a fishing boat.
Right.
What if you had your choice of 3 guys to bring with you and they can't say no? This is like, you're coming with me and we are fishing.
Right.
And you're going to have a good time. So who would you take that you would have the hardest time normally convincing, but, like, they would have a great time?
Leo's number one. He's not hard to convince.
Willingly.
Right. But he's number one. Like,
get on the boat with his spear.
Regardless. Leo has to go. The other 2, I would say Chenna. Just try to, like, bro, you going fishing? I'm like, I feel like it would make a world of difference just to be able to get him to go, see what it's like. And obviously, like, I feel like the hard thing, man, I'm not taking that fish off the hook. Like, that's just Chenna. Like, that's just who he is.
You're going to grow, Chenna.
Yeah. And number 3, I'll probably take JSN. Just because, like, I don't know why, but I'll probably take JSN. Just to get him out and see how he does anyway.
Yeah, awesome. He is a Seahawks pass rusher, Derick Hall. Fantastic year last year. Fantastic interview, Derick. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.